The war in Ukraine continues. Its global impact is truly significant. Ukraine's fight for its sovereignty began in 2014. Russia annexed Crimea in March 2014. The conflict escalated with the war in Donbass. Fighting has continued in eastern Ukraine since then. The international community has imposed sanctions on Russia. Global protests have shown support for Ukraine. The United States has provided significant aid to Ukraine. NATO has increased its presence in Eastern Europe. Ukraine held presidential elections in 2019. Humanitarian aid has been crucial for civilians. The U.S. commitment to Ukraine remains strong. International solidarity has been evident. The human cost of the conflict is immense. Ukraine celebrates its independence annually on August 24th. Ukraine's future remains a topic of global concern. The U.S. continues to monitor the situation closely. This conflict is not just regional. It directly affects global food security. It significantly impacts energy prices worldwide. It fundamentally tests international norms. The world is deeply interconnected now. Analysts discuss the broader implications. This war has far-reaching global consequences. A stable and secure Europe is vital. The ripple effects are felt everywhere. Today is May 21st, 2025. The conflict continues to grind on. The human cost is simply immense. We remember all the innocent victims. The urgent need for peace is paramount. But any peace must be truly just. America seeks a durable, lasting solution. We will not turn away from this crisis. The world looks to strong leadership. Our guiding principles direct our actions. Recent diplomatic efforts are underway. High-level talks are indeed happening. President Trump spoke with President Putin. This important phone call occurred on May 19th. They discussed a potential ceasefire. Peace negotiations were also on the agenda. Bilateral negotiations are set to begin immediately. This represents a significant development. The world hopes for tangible progress. Diplomacy offers a path forward. President Trump has engaged actively. He informed key European leaders. He expressed interest in reviving U.S.-Russian trade. This, however, would only happen post-peace. Trump claimed Russia and Ukraine would start talks. The Kremlin stated no timeline was discussed, but they acknowledged Trump's keen interest. Achieving fast agreements is his stated goal. The United States plays a pivotal role. American diplomacy is actively engaged. There are conditions for achieving peace. Russia has presented its own demands. They insist root causes must be addressed. Ukraine's potential NATO membership is key. This remains a major point of contention. Putin is expected to demand troop retreats from Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhia. These are regions Russia claims to have annexed. Russia does not fully control them. These demands are serious sticking points. Ukraine has a firm, clear stance. President Zelensky rejects these territorial demands. He has ruled out withdrawing troops from regions under Kiev's rightful control. He accuses Russia of deliberate stalling. He believes they want to continue the war. U.S. involvement is absolutely crucial now. Zelensky consistently stresses this vital point. Russia must acknowledge Ukraine's government. A ceasefire is a necessary first step. International unity remains a strong focus. European leaders were briefed by President Trump following his call with President Putin. They agreed to increase sanctions on Russia. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz spoke out. He emphasized essential EU-US unity. New EU sanctions are set for adoption. This will happen in Brussels on May 20th. This demonstrates a continued united front. Pressure is being maintained on Moscow. The debate over sanctions continues. President Trump has expressed some reluctance regarding further United States sanctions. He suggested they could either help, or they could potentially worsen the situation. President Zelensky sees sanctions as critical. They directly impact Russia's war capacity. He urges strong European Union measures, and appropriate, considered U.S. actions. This requires a careful strategic balance. Specific economic measures are being implemented. The European Union plans further action. This includes lowering the Russian oil price cap, from the current $60 to $50 per barrel. Finland will use frozen Russian assets. 90 million euros will buy ammunition for Ukraine. The EU has frozen about $300 billion in Russian assets since the war began. These are significant financial leverage tools. Economic pressure is a key strategy. Broader peace efforts are also emerging. Pope Leo XIV has offered to host talks. Russia-Ukraine peace talks at the Vatican. US and many European leaders support this. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni agrees. Zelensky is pushing for a high-level meeting, involving Ukraine, Russia, the US and EU. Britain would also be included. Turkey, the Vatican or Switzerland could host. Germany and Denmark urged China to help. The military situation on the ground is stark. Russia currently controls approximately 20% of internationally recognized Ukrainian territory. This is a hard and sobering fact. Intense fighting continues in various regions, including Kharkiv, Luhansk, and Donetsk oblasts. Also in Zaporizhia and Sumy oblasts. The front line remains active and dangerous. The conflict is clearly far from over. Every day brings new reports of clashes. There are recent territorial claims from both sides. Russia claims to have seized Marine Village. This is located in the Sumy region, and Novolanivka village in Donetsk. Ukraine has not yet commented on these claims. Ukrainian forces have made recent advances, notably in Kursk Oblast inside Russia, and near Borova and Toretsk in Ukraine. The battlefield is constantly shifting. Both sides are fighting for every inch. Western military aid remains absolutely crucial. It is a lifeline for Ukraine's defense. Australia confirmed the provision of Abrams tanks. The first of 49 tanks are now en route. Denmark announced a new military aid package, worth 4.2 billion Danish kroner, or $632 million. This aid is for the years 2025 through 2028. It includes artillery, ammunition, and jet equipment. Finland will supply material and heavy ammunition. This uses profits from frozen Russian assets. The path forward requires continued resolve. A united international stance is essential against ongoing Russian aggression. America remains deeply committed to this, to Ukraine's enduring sovereignty, and to its full territorial integrity. Humanitarian efforts are also vital. Medical supplies and aid are continuously being delivered. The free world stands firmly with Ukraine. This vital fight for freedom continues unabated.